12 o'clock rock, we're gonna rock around the clock tonight.
Good morning. Today we are asking some people some questions. First, what's your name?
My name is Leonardo Pico.
Okay, let's go. First category: teachers and methodology. First question: teacher authority. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much authority did the teacher have over a student and parents?
Well, I think it's nice because in my school,
Yeah.
I use the traditional method in the classroom.
Okay. Second question, pedagogy. Were lessons based on memorization and dictation, or was there room for debate or critical thinking?
Well, today in the university, the method is critical thinking and memorizing.
Okay. Third question, punishments. Were physical punishment, like rollers or air pulling or public shaming common? Describe the most common one.
The most common is the punishment, Juan Carlos Silva's punishment, because when you speak English, he put -1 in some grade. You know?
Okay. Last question. Evaluation. How were you graded? For example, oral exams, reading essays, or standardized multiple choice tests.
In the university, um, well, the university use multiple choice because it's more easy for the student, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Student life and disciplines. Gender. Was your school co-ed mixed separate with gender?
My school was quite mixed, and because there were women and men.
Okay. How strict were the rules with uniforms, yeah, hair length, or accessories?
Right. Regarding to the uniforms, they were very strict, and they commanded us to put and wear uniform every day.
Okay. What was the most important value the school retired to instill in you?
I think that in my school was the value of responsibility because they always asked us to be on time and always do our homework.
Okay. Inclusion and interculturality. Language. Was the use of Quechua or other ancestral language lower or encouraged in the classroom?
So far, I don't know because in my classroom I have never experienced a classmate with any other national language.
Okay. Inclusive education. Were students with disabilities integrate into your regular classroom or were they absent?
It is the same case. As I said, I've never been with a classmate with disabilities in my own class, so
Okay. Diversity. How were students from different ethnic or economic backgrounds thrived in the system?
could you repeat the question, please?
How were students from different ethnic or economic backgrounds thrived in the system?
They were supported by scholarships, or sometimes they used to modify the homework or the task according to their socio-economical status.
Okay. Thank you so much.
A few moments later. Now we're going to talk about resources and infrastructure during your school years. What were your primary school supplies back then? Did you use notebooks, textbooks, or paragraphs early computers?
We mostly used notebooks and pencils, but our school started getting computers. One computer lab for the whole school, just maybe once a week. We still had government textbooks and copied a lot from the board.
That mix of traditional and emerging technology is very characteristic of that decade. And where did you go when you needed to find information for a difficult homework assignment?
At the beginning, the library and encyclopedias at home, but little by little, we started going to cyber cafes to use Google or Yahoo. It was a very transitional period, very mixed.
Great. And can you describe your school building? Was it a traditional house, a religious building, or a modern facility?
It was a public school with a central patio where we did the flag ceremony and classrooms all around it. A bit old, no cafeteria, but well maintained. Nothing fancy, but it felt like ours.
Thank you so much. To close, could you give us one key phrase that summarizes your entire education experience?
We were the generation that learned with one foot in the notebook and one foot on the keyboard.
Perfect. Thank you very much for sharing your story.
The next morning.
We have another person from this generation. Hello, Misael, how are you? Today I have some questions about the topic society and legacy.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Was education strictly secular? It means laica, or was a Catholic religion a mandatory and central subject?
Education was mostly secular. In public schools, religion was not a mandatory subject. However, some private schools, especially Catholic schools, included Catholic religions as an important subject.
Okay, what major event, for example, military directorship, strikes, dollarization, or pandemics, changed the way you went to school?
A major event that changes the way I went to school was the pandemic. Because of COVID-19, schools closed and classes moved online. Students had to study from house using the internet and virtual platforms.
As a final phrase, we were a generation between tradition and the digital age.